Welcome to Celebrity Parlor, and today we will discuss how Cardi B and Offset's astrology proves they're made for each other, all through their exceptionally announced sentiment. Cardi B and Offset have had their reasonable part of relationship show. However, since the bits of gossip about these two getting together in 2017 first broke out, they've been open about their issues, notwithstanding reports of disloyalty burdening their hit or miss relationship. There doesn't appear to be a lack of pardoning between the two. They some way or another consistently work through their disparities. Anyway, what does soothsaying need to say regarding their energetic sentiment? Neither one of the rappers have their recorded birth time on the web, so their rising sign or where their homes lie is obscure. However, there's as yet a lot of data on the couple to add something extra to their inestimable similarity. Underneath, stargazer and change master Kim Woods dives into the soothsaying behind Cardi B and Offset's hurricane sentiment. Their Sun and Venus signs reveal a sexy soulmate attraction. Our Sun signs are one of the main pieces of our diagram and represent our center being. Cardi B is a heartfelt and sumptuous Libra. These signs are known to be socialites who flourish around others and love to adore. Balance is a courageous and energetic Sagittarius, a sign that is infamous for their positive thinking and enthusiastic character. By simply taking a gander at Cardi and Offset's Sun signs, these two have blistering science and aren't bashful about it. By the same token, she has a cardinal birth graph and she has a grand cross, and that implies that she is about resistance and squares, Woods tells Bustle, alongside planetary positions and soothsaying. Your introduction to the world outline holds data about the various connections between those planets called viewpoints. Cardi's outline is amassed with resistances, which happens when two planets are at 180° inverse of each other, and addresses the test of those two planets finding agreement with each other. She's blazing and she needs to know the importance of life. She needs to be an understudy. All things considered, and one reason Offset is so charged to her is probable since he's a rush looking for Sagittarius. This is a perfect partner fascination. He's likewise more touchy with his moon and marvelous water sign, Pisces. Counterbalance has a lot gentler graph than Cardi B. Sagittarius is red hot and Pisces is watery. He can be awesome and courageous. Meanwhile, Cardi's moon sign is in Firestarter Aries. It could seem as though there'd be contact between their close-to-home reactions. However, in many cases it can show a hot relationship. A fire moon can get familiar with some things about responsiveness, and a water moon can ingest the fire's perseverance while managing troublesome sentiments. In spite of the duality of their moon signs, there's an undeniable fascination between the rappers that rises above the surface. His Sun in Sagittarius enlightens her spirit fate, Woods says. This is a perfect partner fascination. He's intrigued with her and every last bit of her Pete's ass, and she's mysteriously pulled toward him. With respect to their common Venus sign in Scorpio, that is a gigantic sign for hot, provocative sentiment. Venus is the leader of everything heartfelt and amicable, and Scorpio is puzzling, restless, and sexy. At the point when you have a water sign in your planet of affection, there's loads of responsiveness in that field. Got immense attraction with her Venus in Scorpio conjunct Pluto, says Woods. At the point when Venus, the planet of congruity and equilibrium, joins Pluto, otherwise known as the legislative head of progress and resurrection, and genuinely charged Scorpio, it can show steady and extreme difficulties in affection. Yet it likewise shows a profound need to feel associated in their connections. She's ridiculously charming and stunningly attractive, and we know that by the things she's doing in her life. However, closeness is no joking matter for her. There's injuring in her diagram, and she frantically needs to have a perfect partner relationship. This close-to-home injury in Cardi's graph addresses the deep yearning for a personal association matched with a gigantic separation anxiety is very much acquainted with the people who have that Venus conjunct Pluto in Scorpio, on account of Scorpio's extreme outside and obstruction toward weakness. This is the sort of profound hankering for closeness that occasionally feels difficult to fulfill. Sagittarians are generally on the chase after energy, and Libras love the sumptuous life, making for an ideal mixed drink of large heartfelt motions and searing enthusiasm. Their affection life has every one of the signs of being fiery and enthusiastic with their consolidated planets, Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Pluto in Scorpio, Woods adds. Clearly, there's no doubt concerning whether Cardi and Offset have enormous science. The genuine inquiry is whether they're destined in stars. Before we proceed, assuming you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe and press the like button. Cardi B and Offset's Mars and Jupiter signs show conflict in the stars. Cardi B is obviously the striking sort. She won't hesitate to be weak before the world, something that can be appreciated by anybody, including Offset. While Offset is grounded, he needs to be perceived by his general surroundings. We can see this in their Mars signs, which vary totally. Mars is the leader of force and animosity, so it's essentially the way that we stand up for ourselves and stand our ground. Cardi's Mars sign is an ultra-sustaining and delicate Cancer. For this situation, she could acknowledge things when she's not being viewed in a serious way. Then again, Offset's Mars sign is in the strong and aggressive indication of Sagittarius, who esteems the opportunity to investigate and needs to be seen for their persistent effort and keenness. Cardi needs to design and have everything sorted out. And that is not especially significant for Offset when he feels associated and secure. He needs to be found on the planet and to be a perceived pioneer, says Woods. The contention doesn't stop there. Cardi's Jupiter sign is in Libra. Jupiter addresses our motivation and individual way of thinking, so we can see she sees an unbelievable importance to finding concordance and equilibrium in all parts of her life, which can likewise act like an issue when not executed as expected. Balance between serious and fun activities might be something of an issue, Wood says. Cardi's graph suggests she could battle to offset her internal existence with her external world. She wants to be an understudy of life through movement, mingling, and fabulous experience. Shared outer planets indicate similarities and values. They've likewise got shared planets in the external domain of their graph. Like Cardi B, Offset has his external planets in similar signs. Pluto in Scorpio and Neptune and Uranus in Capricorn with the combination of the 1991 time span. Pluto is the planet of resurrection. Neptune rules over spiritualists and daydream, and Uranus represents interruption. These planets moving in cooperative energy can be something extraordinary since they share a great deal of similar quality. They might be confounded about how to see themselves on the planet, yet have immense dreams and convictions. They need to satisfy their own assumptions, says Woods. Saturn return growing pains. Both Cardi and Offset have a lot of contrasts in their diagram that complete one another generally. Yet a lump of contention lies in what they share practically speaking. Both Cardi B and Offset are in their Saturn return time, despite the fact that it's not careful, says Woods. Your Saturn return in soothsaying, which is a planetary event that occurs at ages 27 to 30 and represents the extreme and critical change in adulthood, happens generally every 29.5 years. During this time, we're shedding the skin of our childhood and moving into an alternate period of adulthood. Since the two rappers are in the main part of these developing torments, you can anticipate that there should be some contention as they're finding new pieces of themselves. Saying this doesn't imply that they can't deal with their disparities. Yet, being in this period of life, where you're sorting out what you need and getting to know the individual you're becoming, can be especially overwhelming for the people who are at the center of attention. They have serious, long-haul responsibilities on their psyche. It's in their DNA at the present time. And it ought not be a shock in the event that they commit to one another, says Woods. The verdict on Cardi B and Offset. For the couple, there's a touch of contention that lies in finding some kind of harmony between their interior and outside pieces of themselves. At the end of the day, making their sentiment, individual undertakings, and vocation orchestrate together is significantly more earnestly than it looks. According to a common point of view, Cardi B and Offset extraordinarily affect the world, Woods says. The balance between fun and serious activities is an immense clash for them. 2 or 3 has shown the world the lengths they're willing to go to support their relationship while developing into their bona fide selves. Whether they're ready to conquer their disparities in enormous battles is written in the stars. Yet by the vibes of their planetary arrangements, there doesn't appear to be an inquiry to the force of their divine bond. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the celebrity world.